Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Play World of Warcraft with Andy. Today I've gone ahead and acquired some additional gold, so we're sitting at 241 gold. That'll let us talk to our riding trainer, pay 50 of it, and get our journeyman riding. That's very exciting. We got the achievement Fast and Furious. And then we can talk to Old White Nose. And let's see, there's Great Black, Blue, brown, green, purple, and red dragon turtles. So I'm going to buy one of each. We're going to go ahead and kind of splurge on that because they're awesome and we get them across characters. So learn each of these guys, which will only take a second.
It is still recharging.
Oh,
I cannot use
it's
that
interesting. We didn't get a global cooldown showing that time.
item. It is not ready yet.
And then what we can do is open up our mounts tab. We can go down to one of these cool new turtles, like the great purple dragon turtle or the great brown, green. I'm going to take a look at the different ones.
I cannot use that item yet.
I'm thinking maybe black might be a cool one to use. So there's black, red. Red's really neat. So if, let's say we pull red out, we drop that onto our action bar here where we currently have our other one. Whoops. Sorry. Accidentally triggered a roll there. If we mount up, we are riding a great red dragon turtle now. So this is all that much cooler looking. It's got this awesome spiky shell and a big nose ring and all this cool stuff. So very neat, and we will be able to use this to move at 100% speed instead of, well, plus 100% speed, so 200 overall, instead of 160. So that's a pretty sizable speed boost, and it makes us a good bit faster. And then to cap it off, we've got some flight paths unlocked, so we should be able to go up here. And I'm just going to reapply Legacy of the Emperor in a second here, and we can take a flight path all the way up to next to the Eastern Plaguelands. Now that'll let us duck right into the Eastern Plaguelands and get started with questing, so that's awesome. So we're going to head to the Trade District where we can pick up a griffin and set out. So in one moment here we should be able to do that. So we want to go talk to the Griffin. Yeah, Griffin Master here. Let me just apply Legacy. Oh, that put it on the Griffin Master. Alright, cool. Well, never mind. We'll reapply that later. For now, we're going to go to the Mender's Stead in Western Plaguelands. So, one thing that is unfortunate about this is it does take us the travel time to fly, but on the other hand, it's a lot shorter than walking, and it's nice because, you know, we get to kind of see Azeroth as we go. So one thing that you'll kind of notice as we go through Azeroth is areas that are destroyed by the Cataclysm, and it kind of brings up something that I came across the other day. It made me really think. It is kind of unfortunate when the game gets changed due to events like the Cataclysm, or I'm hearing there's some upcoming stuff in patch 5.4 with the Shahs in Pandaria destroying sections of the continent or scarring the landscape in some way, and destroying areas that people kind of find really pretty and interesting. It is kind of a shame that there isn't some way for newer players to see older zones, and even new zones that get changed by updates, the way that they were prior to the changes, just because some of these things, like Azeroth without scars and that kind of thing, they would be pretty neat to be able to see. Even if there was some sort of, like, I don't know, Caverns of Time. The Caverns of Time are an area where the Bronze Dragonflight has the ability to visit past events, major historical events in World of Warcraft, and it provides the opportunity for a lot of cool dungeons in the past that let you see major major characters and major events and help influence them in a positive direction. But it would be kind of neat if there was some way for them to leverage the whole Caverns of Time thing, and that kind of non-impactful time travel to allow players to see the past areas the way that they were. I don't know. It's just a thought. I'm just thinking, if I'm playing through the game, it'd be kind of in a way disappointing to know that there's something that I missed out on seeing just because I didn't play the game soon enough, One thing that I kind of like about games, and that I like about MMOs too, is that you can play through something quite a while after somebody else and often encounter exactly the same things and get the same fun experience. But if the game changes over time, and it's no longer available, it's kind of unfortunate that for those that are playing after everybody else. It's not really an easy problem to solve, and I certainly understand where Blizzard is coming from in terms of their needing to release new content and upgrade things and continuing to develop the story. It is kind of neat in another sense that the world does change and does have permanent consequences for the story events that happen. That makes it feel like a dynamic world, and it makes it feel like it's not stale or anything like that. Not that, WoW feels stale otherwise, but, it helps keep things fresh and interesting, and it makes it feel more delicate and interesting and real. And I don't know, it's got good and bad aspects. Hopefully there will be some really cool new stuff. I'm just thinking it would be a shame for players to not get to see a really cool zone or really cool content, similar to the moving of old Naxxramas and things like that when they had Wrath of the Lich King rehash old dungeons. I don't think I ever got a chance to go into Naxxramas as a level 60 dungeon, so it would be kind of cool if somehow there was a way for players to still see that. So, I don't know. I'm just sort of musing on these things since it's not like we have a lot else to talk about on this flight path, but it's just something, it'll be interesting to see the direction that the game goes, and hopefully there will be lots of cool new stuff for years and years to come. So there's some neat terrain around here. The wetlands is sort of a lower area, and it juts right up against the bay and the ocean, really, between the two continents. And they've kind of filled in this area somewhat more. It seems like there's some sort of thing underwater here. I don't quite know what that is. And there's a ship. I'd need to come back and explore this area since I really haven't been out here since the Cataclysm, not in the water here anyway. And then we're flying in behind Stromgard Keep into the Arathi Highlands. So if you haven't seen these before, they're like a level 20 to 30, if memory serves, zone. Yeah, it looks like we got some level 26, 27 mobs. But it's basically a big plains area and kind of rolling hills and somewhat rocky, but it's all surrounded by mountains, and it's really cool. On the other side of Thoradin's wall, which is really a very sizable wall, there's the Hillsbrad foothills, which is much more heavily forested, and it kind of joins up with Silverpine Forest on its far side. So there's a lot of undead here and kind of creepy decrepit villages that I think the village that's over there used to be, if I'm looking at it correctly, I'm pretty sure that used to be a friendly town, and then it got turned into an undead village, and not the horde undead necessarily, but it might just be like an unfriendly toward everybody undead faction. So I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the Horde side undead are called the Forsaken, and then the rest of the undead are just undead. But I don't know. I'd have to double check that. So there's a few flight points actually in Western Plaguelands. There's one there, then there's one in this sort of reclaimed city. This, on the other hand, used to be all undead and gross, and it kind of looked like this area over here. Now portions of it are getting reclaimed and rebuilt, so that's kind of cool, you know. I like that. It is a little weird that they keep building the same stuff forever and ever now. I know that kind of runs counter to what I was saying before about it being nice when the game doesn't change, but it does kind of become odd or borderline problematic when it's not changing, but it's in the middle of like some construction thing, or, you know, it seems odd that it's not changing. If it's just a permanent structure like an inn, you know, you can kind of understand, okay, doesn't need to change. So we're going to head out of Western Plaguelands, which is the level 35 to 40 zone, and oh yeah, reapply Legacy of the Emperor before I forget that. And we are going to head over towards Eastern Plaguelands. So there's a little river that separates them, and it should be pretty easy for us to get across that and start exploring. So this area is full of all kinds of gross bears and, you know, undead spiders and things. So not too bad of an area that we're leaving behind. So we can cross the Thondaril River here, and hi Fiona. We got a Worgen here. Terranar Sunstrike. Who could kill the most undead in 5 minutes? It's been an hour. Alright. So we'll accept that. And Hero's Call.
Spread the good word.
There we go. And Goldwyn, Gldwin, Goldwyn Gold Braids. Alright. Find him. Alright, so we need to find both of these guys. We're going to go ahead and grab a flight point here. So now, if you check out our flight map, we've got all of these flight points running up the middle of Eastern Kingdom. So that's awesome. That'll let us get all over the place if we need to. So looking at our map, it looks like, oh, hello, Goldwyn Gold Braids and Terranar Sunstrike. Alright, well, Terranar looks like he's closer, so let's go for him for now, and we will see how this goes. Oh, hey, Plague Hound. Alright, let's try to take out a Plague Hound. See what we can do to this guy. There we go. Got him with the touch of death. And oh wow, there's these like giant carrion grubs, which are fortunately, oh, we attracted the wrath of another Plague Hound runt. There we go. We'll just try to take this guy down. Sorry, I've been playing my... Oh, no. Wasted that ability. I've been playing my shaman character, which I'm working through the last couple levels to get to level 90 on. It'll be my second level 90, just because I don't end up having a huge amount of time to put into the game, so I end up jumping around from character to character. I've got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 characters now at level 80 plus, and then just one at 90. Alright, complete, and kill 5 Death Step Miscreations. Interesting. So something's creating, these guys are creating the undead. Alright, we'll try to stun them. Fortunately, we've got this other NPC helping us. So that's very cool. That makes for a fun little encounter. Come on, can't we use this ability? Almost a valid target. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna need to run around here. Grab our chi, use that healing thing, and then we just munch on some banana bread real quick to heal slightly. Our attacks should heal us a bit when we fight enemies, so it's not too bad. Alright. We're gonna just kind of fly in and attack the next one here. I'm gonna try to take out the big guy first while he deals with the little ones. And we also don't want to stand in the slime. That was a little less than ideal last time. There we go. So we got a bunch of fortifying things. And Terranar Sunstrike is doing a great job of taking out our enemies. So thank you, Terranar. Oh man, that is such a gross deer. Ugh. Deer are kind of weird as is, and that's a really gross deer. I like spindly horses. I don't know. Yeah, deer are kind of weird. Alright, so we've got a couple more Death Step miscreations to take down. This one and 2 more, I think. So that shouldn't be too bad. Oh, and we got a, what is this? It's a little purple hood. It's kind of neat. Or maybe red. It's kind of pink-red. Now, I thought that these groups of 3 guys would be a lot more difficult, but I didn't initially realize that we would get the assistance of an NPC. That can make a lot of difference, because if you see he's got aggro from this Death Step Purifier, that's lifting quite a bit of damage off of us, and that allows us to keep our health up, which is pretty darn valuable as far as a questing quickly and, you know, questing without dying asset. It's one reason that I think hunters are so powerful as a class. It's because they've got that extra damage mitigation. As a hunter, a lot of times you really don't need to worry about taking damage, and you know, you've basically got your own personal tank all the time. It can let you take on some vastly more powerful enemies than other classes might be able to engage. Alright, so we got our quest complete. It popped up over here. Grab this and start eating some bread. And what I do best. 5 should be good enough. Yikes, look at the time. Alright, so we're going to complete quest. Obtain 10 samples of Plaguehound blood. Alright, so Terranar Sunstrike left us. That's fine. He had to go back to camp. We, on the other hand, need to gather Plaguehound blood. So we gotta look around for some Plaguehounds. Looks like they're out here. This hopefully won't be too bad. Plaguehounds seem like they're not the most difficult of enemies to fight, and we only need 10 of them. So we should be able to get that pretty easily. What I'm going to do is kind of work through these while we work our way over towards the other quest objective that we had up north earlier. That way it'll put us back closer to camp, and we'll just kind of go for the other quest. If there aren't Plaguehounds after a little while, we'll come back and we will get them at that point. So should be fine. I think we'll be okay, because it looks like Plaguehounds they look like they're pretty common. Oh no, you know what I just realized though? This Plaguehound blood is not a guaranteed drop. Even though I would suspect that each Plaguehound does in fact have blood, we don't necessarily get the blood. So we're gonna need you're gonna need to kill a lot of Plaguelands. Maybe it's like a 50% chance of dropping. All-terrain turtle did not have any issue with climbing a little bit up a tree. Uh-oh. We have gotten ourselves into a bad situation, so I'm gonna try to get out of there. See if we can't get away. What can we do now? We'll pop a potion. That gave us barely any life. Fortifying brew, energizing brew. Yeah, none of these are going to particularly help us. I think we've outrun them though, so we should be good to go. We're going to just start healing up with some banana bread. I kind of engaged them at lower than appropriate life, plus taking on two at once is a little bit of a challenge for us. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we really have any terribly high-powered you know, cooldowns. That's the word that I was looking for. We don't have any terribly high-powered cooldowns to use at this point, so it makes it a little more difficult when we get into a bad situation. Like on a shaman character, you can drop totems to summon very powerful fire and earth elementals to help kill things for you. So once you've got those, if you ever get into a bad situation, if you recognize it quick enough, you can drop one of those totems, the elemental will come out, and it'll certainly help, if not just outright kill the thing that you're trying to fight. So that's cool, but you can't use it all the time. It's got a 5-minute cooldown or so, so you can't just use it every fight unless you only fight one thing every 5 minutes. Likewise, there are other things that other classes can do, like feign death on a hunter. Going back to shamans, you can summon a pack of wolves, spirit wolves. Those are cool. I don't think that, at least thus far, we have anything like that on Monk. If anybody knows of a sort of super duper cooldown that I have that I just haven't been using, you know, if you're the person that's sitting there yelling at your computer, no, you have to use Fist of Peace, you know, to punch them in the snout and make them go into submission, then, you know, that would be good to know, because as far as I know, we don't have any 5-minute style cooldowns thus far. I mean, we've got like Chi Burst, that's 30 seconds. We got our Glide, Serpent Kick. You know, that's those are all kind of small cooldowns. The biggest things we have are these brews, but unfortunately they're not gonna save us from a real bad situation, like a couple of enemies and desperate need of heals. So our Death Touch is probably the closest thing to a real big cooldown that we have at the moment. Yeah. I mean, our Death Touch is very useful. I like it a lot, and it's very, very powerful. But it's also situational, because if I can't use it at the time that if I just kind of do something stupid and pull a couple enemies while I'm at low health, I can't use Death Touch to just kill one of them instantly. I need to wait until they're at least a low enough health, and that might cost me too much life, because if I've pulled a lot of enemies, I'm probably taking a lot of damage all at once. That's not ideal. So I guess we need something really like Summon Monk Spirits, or I don't know, I've heard later on we get some cool abilities like this spinning crane kick is supposed to be pretty powerful, so that's one to look forward to. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm going to just check something real quick. If we go into our inventory, we just got a Splintering Battle Axe, and it's a gray item, which means that it's essentially useless. I mean, it's an axe and you could equip it, yes, but it's not very good. On the other hand, it sells for over a gold, which, in my opinion, is pretty awesome. I always like getting gray items from enemies, because it's essentially like a big gold drop from an individual enemy, and it's kind of like a little Christmas present, you know? You never know what you're gonna get when you loot something, and you know, you could get a long-barreled musket and just get like 20 silver, or you could get one of these axes and get like over a gold, and that's pretty cool. I like having money in game. Obviously, it's useful for things like buying lots of turtles, which is clearly essential for every single player. So, gray drops, you're all right in my book. I've talked to some people in the past that are like, oh no, gray drops they're dumb, I hate them, and you know, what you definitely don't want to do is think that they're stupid and then not loot them. You always want to loot them. They're always worth taking back to town and just selling, because it's free money. Who doesn't like, you know, free weapons and money, even if they are useless weapons? Sometimes you get some cool looking ones, like this one, Splintering Battle Axe. That's not so cool looking. I mean, it could certainly be worse, but it's kind of silly. It's a little dull. Alright, obtain 8 vials of crypt bile. 8 vials of crypt bile. That kind of rhymes from Nerubians in Terror Web Tunnel. Right, well, this sounds downright horrifying. So we're about to crawl into a giant cave full of spider people to acquire webs? No, crypt bile. Crypt bile is what we need. So no spider people so far. Scorpions and little beetles. That's about it. Yeah, this is sufficiently creepy. Alright, there we go. Here's a spider guy. These guys are very weird looking. They've got these weird spider mandibles up by their face, or for a face, I don't know. And they've got like 4 eyes, and they're very strange. I mean, I guess if they're like your favorite NPCs in the whole game, then I apologize. I don't really have anything against them. I guess I'm just not partial to spiders that are bigger than I am. It's a little weird for me. Oh boy. I'm gonna try a chi burst. Oh wow. That certainly did something. Does chi burst heal me? Oh yes it does. Oh my goodness. I forgot that chi burst heals me. That's fantastic. New favorite ability. We'll add that to our list of cooldowns that we can use, since that's very, very useful. Huh. Alrighty. Well, at least we've almost got all of our crypt bile. Nice. 4 out of 8 crypt biles. I think we might do a slightly longer than normal episode today, just because, you know, we got that travel time in there, and I kind of owe you guys some more gameplay since I've been out of town and all that, so hopefully you guys don't mind if the episode today runs slightly longer. I just want to wrap up this quest so that we've got it done, rather than trying to duck back into this creepy, creepy cave next time. So 2 more crypt biles. That puts us at 6 out of 8. Perhaps we'll work our way back and try to see if some more have spawned near the entrance to the cave, just because I don't want to go even farther in and then all the way back out. So let's see here. Oh yes, hello, creepy spider. Aptly named Crypt Horror. This doesn't really strike me like a crypt as much as a kind of weird little cave. I don't know. Maybe it's just kind of full of the undead, and that's why it's a crypt. Alright, so this should loop back and connect us to the main path again. There we go. Huh, looks like somebody just ran in here. Hopefully that doesn't mean that there's no more crypt bile out front. Here we go, a side path. Nope, that was not a useful side path. Alright, let's see. Looks like there's some dead Nerubians here. Oh no, they're just part of the terrain. Darn. I guess Guildwyn is supposed to have killed those, and that's why they are, you know, dead. Huh. Okay, well we will run back in here. Try to find ourselves one more living thing. Spider centaur. I don't know, maybe the top part of these is supposed to be undead, so it's kind of like a spider centaur with a zombie instead of a human. That is a truly horrifying thought, and yeah. I guess that would be why they're called horrors. Huh. I think I hear some of them. Maybe that other player got to them before us. Hey, here's one. Crypt Walker. You're going down, buddy. I need your crypt bile to free him from spider webs, apparently. I didn't know that crypt bile was a particularly good spider web lubricant, but you know, whatever works. I'm not one to judge. They know what they're doing better than I do. I'm just a monk. He is the dwarf. So, you know, clearly he knows more about spider webs and how to free people from them. He's also the one stuck, so I kind of defer to his judgment out of respect for the fact that I'm trying to save him, and, you know, it's his life that's on the line, because he's the one that will be stuck here or directly outside a cave full of gross spiders. I could always just run off, so. Oh dear God, more of them. Oh no, lots more of them. It's a trap. I've been trapped. Wow, that is a fantastic heal from that ability. That's Chi Burst. Chi Burst is so good. I can't believe I wasn't using that as much as I should be. That's definitely going on the top of my list in the future for abilities that need to be used. Alright. Let's get another strike in, and there we go. Now if there aren't too many more of these, we should be able to make our way out. Nice. Alright, Goldwyn gold braids. Throw the acid on me. Alright. Huh.
Off with you. How are ya?
Alright. Loot 10 Banshee's bells from the shore of the Thondaril River. Huh. Alright, well we'll have to keep an eye out for Banshee's bells. I think that's a plant. Hey there, Plaguehound Runt. Since we only need 2 more of these guys in terms of blood, hopefully, we should be able to take that out, or take them out, and get that pretty soon. There we go. It's 1 more blood. These look like some Banshee's bells. So that is a plant that grows by the river. That means we're gonna have to gather a bunch of it. 10 of it to be precise. Huh. There's a plague bat there. But it looks pretty neutral as far as... Oh god, no, it's not. Assessment incorrect. Not neutral. Alright, plague bat. This is... What are you doing? I'm not afraid of you. Bam. She blasted. Take that. Alright. So we're gonna keep gathering the Banshee's bells. I don't know, maybe gathering the Banshee bells angered the plague bat in some way. Maybe they were his bells. Alright. So here we go. We should be able to get a few more. Don't wanna attack that. The carrion grub. There's no reason to. I think we could kill it, but it's just kinda hanging out. We don't have any problems with it. Ew, infected deer. You're so gross. You know what? I'm gonna have to just put this thing out of its misery. Boom. Sorry. Sorry, deer. It's what nature would have wanted. There are also tiny bat critters flying around. Those are kind of cool. Alright, so we've already got 8 out of 10 Banshee bells. Wow. We really just need this one, and then we'll have 10.
I am out of range.
And then we should be able to kill another hound and get our Plaguehound blood. So here's that. Hey, Plaguehound. We'll go turn in your blood back at the caravan if you drop it. Otherwise, we gotta kill that other Plaguehound that's right over there. Alright, so not so lucky with Plaguehound blood.
Too far away.
Hit that guy with the Chi Burst, and there we go. Plaguehound blood. Acquired. 10 out of 10. Would not acquire again. Alright, so all of those are now complete. We can go back to Fiona at the river camp here. Oh no, we got a Plaguehound on us. Alright, we'll deal with that once we get down here. Alright. Come on, Plaguehound. Get him with a couple kicks. Kick. The fate reversal, or whatever this is, karma reversal, that bounces the damage back at it. Which is a pretty cool ability. You just don't trigger it often enough. There we go. Alright, Fiona. Got this one. Good. And reward we want. Well, it doesn't really matter, because it's not that much better, if better at all. So that one.
Cheers, mate.
And this one. Complete. What do we want? This one. Alright.
Hop in any time.
Okay, so we'll need to board the caravan and do this. So we're going to go ahead and, let's see, equip these bracers and then call it an episode, because we have successfully completed a bunch of quests and we are level 41, so that will be pretty exciting to pick back up with when we get back next time. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and look forward to seeing you again. Bye!